Sir, you're charged with especially aggravated kidnapping. You're also charged with aggravated assault, and you're charged with theft of a firearm worth less than $2,500.
You're talking about stuff that is not
We will bring the jury.
Hello and welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict, and boy, do I have a case for you today.
Why is the dog chewing on this guy?
I think they have got the wrong guy there.
They got the wrong guy, and the dog was biting him.
He roughing him up quite a bit. There's a lawsuit.
9 out of 10 judges prefer watching the Recovery Addict live stream in their courtroom.
The fireworks are not done.
Now we're getting commentary on the case. Not him, he Anglican for he's very much Latino.
Is that correct?
I didn't ask you to interrupt me.
That's literally not true.
Oh, for crumb's sake.
Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict. Great to have you here on this beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous day. I'm sure all of you are experiencing the great weather that I am. At least, by great weather, I mean it's cool outside, but it's also too wet to mow. If it were drier, it would be bad weather because I'd have to mow this morning. But no, we're not doing that. The grass is a foot tall, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to get fined by the city in a couple days. But I'm glad that it's get a robot mower. That's why I had kids, Kurt. That's why I had kids. They're not working right now. They're broken. All right. Good morning. Good morning. We'll get the counter up and working here this morning. My son's working on the coding for it right now, so it'll work by itself. All right, he's going to be working on that. Kim, thank you very much for being here. First in chat comes with its prestige and its prizes, but we're going to focus on the punishment part as we're working on alliteration. Everything IP related worldwide is your responsibility. We're sentencing you to internet ownership because you broke the stillness of the morning by blurting out hi in chat when no one else had said anything at all to provoke you. So we're going to punish you that way. But you are a bit of a glutton for punishment. You've won before. You'll probably win again. You are, in fact, a habitual offender when it comes to that. So good for us. You know the drill, and the internet is in good hands. Congratulations. You're doing great. See, waving at you from Lake Worth, Texas. Hey, I see you. Well, wait. You're that way. Hey, I see you. I have to look in the right direction.
Shame on you, sir.
But there we go. We're going to be going to court here, and we're hoping it's going to be a little interesting than it was, more interesting than it was yesterday. But we're going to court in Texas, in the Starship Enterprise courtroom, where at the holodeck, the judge, Raquel West, is going to be in charge. Oh, it's doing the thing, guys. It's doing the thing. Let's see what our numbers are today. Oh, they're low. A whopping 52 of you found your way to the like button. That number needs to go up just a little bit. It's a requirement. But it is early. It's early. I know. It's before 10. What am I doing live? I don't know. I thought I would turn over a new leaf today. Not necessarily for, from now on, but today I was going to go live a little bit earlier. Why not start before court does? This is a new idea that came to me, and that way we don't have to play catch-up. The downside of that is we can't play catch-up. And I have to apologize. There are some people here that aren't normally here when we start on a Wednesday. So that was my apology.
Mike. What day is it, Mike? Guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Hump day! Welcome to Wednesday. We made it halfway through the work week. It was short, but I gave it my all. I really did. I'm getting mixed results from the peanut gallery. 2 thumbs down, mediocre, overall thumbs down. That's how it went. The family's not impressed. It takes a lot to impress them because, unfortunately, they've been here for the good days as well. My phone buffered during the yell. I rescue dogs. You might be the most fortunate person here, honestly. This is a good thing usually. Let's see. Let's get all the mouses, all the moosin' in their right places. It's a little two thumbs up. I like you more already. Favorite son right there. Okay, come on, mouse. Why are you jumping around all over the place? Okay. Why is it doing that? Why am I... Okay. It's all good. It's all good. I guess that's where we live now. Okay. Problems be problems. Let's let them happen. We'll grab that, and so loud it buffered. And now let's just turn this mouse off. I don't think I need this mouse for anything today. All right. I'm hearing a click. Hang on. I fixed it. Okay. This mouse can live elsewhere for today. That's a good plot. Now this mouse is ready. This mouse is ready. Don't know what computer that is. Oh, that's this one. Okay, fun fact. The reason why I'm all confused and discombobulated, which is the word of the day today, is because I last night I was up very late, like too late. That's out of focus too. There we go. I was up way too late. My son, who does Ninja Warrior stuff, said, "Hey, Dad, can you help me film a Ninja Warrior video? Just like here's what I can do, my abilities." Because he's applying to be on the show, the American Ninja Warrior show, and I think he's good enough to be on there. He's pretty good. He's won a few competitions and gone to like nationals and things like that. So he's good. But he has inherited my my knack for procrastination, because he asked me yesterday to help him film this video, which we were going to go do at 8 p.m. last night. It's due by midnight. Like by due, that's like everything has to be turned in, edited, and everything. So we did that last night. Run into the gym to get him doing workouts and speed runs and warp walls and the spider things and the salmon ladder and all the. And so yeah, so that was fun. But meanwhile, no sleep happened. I got 11:22, so I came in under the deadline. Which honestly, I think it's Pacific, so I could have had like 4 more hours to work, but then I would be ruined for today. Anyway, let's go ahead and do the happy birthday, because we need to get this done before court begins. So let's see, happy birthday to Netters and Gretchen. So wherever you are, whoever you are, if it's legal and you're able, stand up, take a deep breath, shoulders back, project your voice to the back of the room, blend your voice with your neighbor, and warm up.
What more do you need to see?
That's how today's going. Warm up with me if you will. La 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 la. There we go. What more do you need to see? Quick happy birthday, and we'll start celebrating the whole day with Netters and Gretchen. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Netters and Gretchen. Happy birthday to you. Netters and Gretchen, happy birthday. We're so glad somebody had a birthday today, because if we had to start the day celebrating nothing, it would just be worse than it is already. But it's getting better because we were able to celebrate with you. So I've just had a rough morning, that's all. I realize there are a million places you could be and a million people you could have celebrated with, but you chose to be right here with us. The privilege, pleasure, the honor, the joy that is ours. Hopefully we can turn that joy right back to you, make your day just a little more special. I recommend beginning it by helping yourself to free pancakes at Denny's, IHOP Village Inn, Waffle House, McDonald's, Tammy Dunlap's House, Andy's Grill, Bob Evans, and Cracker Barrel. I probably need to check in with Andy's Grill. Full disclosure, I think they went out of business. And I hope it's not the free pancakes that did it. That pushed them over the into the red, so to speak, financially. But I'm sure it wasn't that. I hope it wasn't that. All right, happy birthday. And with that, by the end of the birthday song, we'll have 100 likes, because we're at 98 right now, and everyone wants to be 100, so it could be you right now. If you haven't clicked the like button, do it now. If you already have, please wait till tomorrow. Promise to let you do it then as well. It is a good day. I have a new Jinky. It's an old Jinky. I just haven't used it, but I'm going to open up an old new Jinky.
Happy birthday. You look good.
Let's see what this one is. Oh, it's a rose. If you call it something else, it would just smell as sweet. I'm sure Shakespeare taught us that. By any other name. So I clean my glasses with rose petals. It's the first time it's been used, so it's good. Drum solo, here we go. There we go. I almost forgot. Did forget the intro, and with that, we're at 115 likes. Thank you very much. Now we're going to head down to court, which should be beginning right now-ish, because we have the attorneys there. This is a murder trial out of Texas where the defendant, who is not there, is charged by the prosecutor, who is there, with killing a drug dealer, honestly. Everything we've heard is that the victim was parked in his cherry red Cadillac at the park. Okay, see if any red flags go up for you about what's going on here. Parked at the park, and people were coming over and meeting him at the side of the car. And, oh, hello, ma'am, welcome. Glad to have you here. Just don't spill, don't spill. Oh, there you go. That's good. Can't start without the court clerk. Or staff. Ooh, fuchsia. Is hot pink fuchsia the same? I don't know. Not very good on colors. Yeah, a drug deal gone bad. And by bad, I mean somebody died. Not just like somebody got ripped off, which is sort of like part and parcel with drug deals, right? You always are sort of not sure what you're getting until... and I'm speaking... As if I was participating, but let me just assure you, I am not. I never have. I have never bought or sold illicit drugs, period. And I can say that under oath and feel confident that that no one can say to the opposite. Now, if you were asking me about stealing larceny at an airport after this last week, I would hesitate a little bit, maybe consult with a lawyer, but. What about used?
Let the record reflect. State's attorney's present, defendant and defense attorney are present. Is there anything we need to take up before we bring the jury in this morning?
Mistake. No, ma'am.
No.
All right, you can bring the jury in.
The only drugs I've ever taken from somebody else were either Tylenol, and we're not talking like Tylenol 3 with codeine or something, just regular Tylenol, acetaminophen.
Which is what it said at. But yesterday it was set at that, and it wouldn't get below 70.
It was like, yeah.
66. That's like 1 degree colder than I'm allowed to set my house thermometer to.
I know. Do you have your
I got my blanket on.
Your hand warmers?
Anyway, I forgot what I was talking about. I think I was confessing to something, and Kathy was asking what drugs I had used. No illicit drugs ever. The closest I've come is I've been in a room where there was a low hanging cloud, and it felt it a little bit when I left. But yeah, that's all. That's all. So boring. Hey, it's kept me alive this far, and with my luck with regular stuff, just being completely sober. If I had been high and half the stuff that happened to me that's happened in my life, I just wouldn't have made it, Kathy. We wouldn't have got this far. So I'm counting my blessings on this one. Corey Hill, member for 31 months. Corey, that makes you an OG. Dad and I went out fishing this morning with our friends, and his 12-year-old son got to feed a loon by hand, a small bass we caught once in a lifetime. Yeah, probably also a felony now that we're talking about it. Everything's against the law if it's fun or cool. I'm not griping. I'm not complaining. It's true. Send the video.
Good morning.
That'd be awesome. Good morning,
Let the
Judge.
record reflect the jury seated. State's attorney's present. Defendant and defense counsel are present. Mr. Coleman, you may call your next witness.
State called Dr. Rajesh Anand.
Dr. Rajesh Panera bread or something. I don't remember how the ending was. Kathy says, I'm still alive and I used a lot of stuff. It's perfectly safe. Kathy, past results are not indicative of future performance. I just don't know if I'm as lucky as you.
Good morning.
That's it.
Could you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this trial will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. You can have a seat.
It sounded like you just mumbled off Panera or something. And I've only heard of Panera Bread.
Yes, you may.
Maybe he'll spell it for us. Panera Hung or something? Panera Har?
Good morning, Doctor. Would you please state your full name for the court reporter and the ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
Yes, my full name is Rajesh Kannan, Rajesh, last name Kannan.
And Dr. Kannan, how are you employed, sir?
Right now, I am employed as a forensic pathologist here at the Forensic Medical at Beaumont.
And are you a licensed medical doctor in the state of Texas?
Yes, that's right.
And your background that has led you to hold this position, what does that include, sir?
Yes, just like any other medical doctor, I went to medical school. And after graduating from medical school, I further did 4 years of training in pathology residency. And this was at Robert Wood Johnson University Hospital in New Jersey. And after doing 4 years of residency, I further specialized in forensic pathology, which we call as fellowship. That's for a year. And that I did in Bexar County Medical Examiner's Office in San Antonio. So that's total of 5 years of training after medical school. And then I got board certified in the American Board of Pathology in forensic pathology. So I'm a board certified forensic pathologist.
And I know you're not wanting to toot your own horn, but with regard to gunshot wounds, what, if any, specialization, research, or publishing have you done in that regard?
Yes, gunshot wounds are also part of injury. Generally, as a forensic pathologist, we are experts in interpreting injuries and deciding cause and manner of death. And in my training in Bexar County, I trained under Dr. Vincent DeMaio, who was author of Gunshot Wounds of several textbooks, and he's one of the world-renowned forensic pathologists that I trained under him.
Now, you mentioned forensic pathology a couple of times. Please briefly explain to the jurors what forensic pathology is.
Yes, forensic pathology is a field of medicine. Just like any other specialization, if you go to a cardiologist, they specialize in cardiology. So we specialize in forensic pathology, which is different from hospital pathology. So we are trained to do death investigation. We put everything together and we look at everything, including what happened at the time of death. And we do a complete forensic autopsy, which is part of the examination. And we finally come to a conclusion and come up with a report and then cause of death and manner of death.
And are you associated with or work for or consult with the Forensic Medical Management Services here in Jefferson County?
Yes, that's how I'm currently employed.
Okay. And as part of that, do you perform autopsies?
Yes, I do.
Have you performed autopsies on few or on many occasions?
I have done several autopsies in approximately 20 years of my career, about 4,000 or so.
Okay, so I'd say that's me. An autopsy for the ladies and gentlemen of the jury, just briefly, I mean, is there a standardization or a process associated with performing an autopsy?
Yes, like I said before, forensic autopsy is very different from other autopsies. It's like going to a doctor and he does a physical exam. So we look at everything from outside and then we document with photographs, and also while doing documentation, we are trained to look for injuries. So when we see injuries, we take extra photographs, document, and then look at all the organs, chest, abdomen, pelvis, brain, and further look at injuries in the inside and then document again.
You've testified in court undoubtedly over the course of your career, correct?
Several times, yes, sir.
And have you testified as an expert witness on occasion?
Yes.
And I'd like to shift gears now to March the 30th of 2022. Was a forensic autopsy conducted on an individual identified as Richard Schuyler?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you were not the doctor who performed that autopsy, correct?
Correct.
That would be a Dr. Sally Strouch Rivers, correct?
Correct.
And as far as you know, she's no longer employed by Forensic Medical Management Services, correct?
That's right.
All right. But nevertheless, you have reviewed her report, photographs, and the file. And is it your opinion that there is sufficient information contained in those photos and in that file for you to render an opinion?
Yes, I looked at everything all over again and came to my own conclusion. Yes.
Essentially conducting what's tantamount to a peer review of what she did, correct?
Yes, that's right.
And did it appear that the proper protocols were followed? I know that there are some things that you have a different opinion on. We'll get to that. But as far as the overall protocols, do they appear to be adhered to?
Yes, the autopsy was done, toxicology was done, and everything was done.
And have you reviewed the work of other pathologists and testified about their conclusions or your opinions based on their report? Have you done that before?
Yes, I worked in Bear County for 14 years as an ME deputy, and our training program there. We train forensic pathology like us, so I routinely review their cases. When somebody leaves, we go and testify on their behalf. Yes, sir.
And as an employee of Forensic Medical Management Services, you undoubtedly have access to the report, photos, what we lawyers refer to as being a custodian of record for those documents, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Let's talk about the external examination that was conducted with regard to Mr. Shiloh. What did that indicate?
So the external examination indicated that the deceased was attended the hospital and admitted very briefly, and then they came over to us. And on examination, the doctor who performed found injuries on the individual.
Was there any radiographic imaging done?
Yes, we also take X-rays to look for any projectiles.
What, if anything, was indicated as it relates to the radiographic imaging?
Yes, they did find a bullet, which was still in the body, and another one in the body bag.
And we'll talk about how, or what your conclusion or opinion is as to how that bullet ended up in the body bag. We'll talk about that later. But as far as actual gunshot wounds, there were a total of how many?
2.
And where were they located?
Yes, the number 1 gunshot wound, or in the order of top to bottom, was on the left side of the body, which is the chest. And it was actually very close to the back, right at the edge.
And the other gunshot wound?
Other one was on the lower back.
And if I represent to you that there was testimony that indicated the deceased was in a vehicle, excuse me, sorry, apologize to turn my back to you, but seated in the driver's seat, and that the possible shooter was at the back rear passenger door, what, if any, explanation would you offer as to why there would be a gunshot wound in the left side of the deceased?
Well, when we look at the body, we always describe in the standard anatomical position, which is standing up with the palms facing forward. But I always tell that when somebody is getting shot, they're not going to do that. There'll be movement. So if the body gets twisted either this way, left or right, the bullets can go any direction on the body's facing.
So the body's not static. In other words, would it be possible if a firearm is introduced, the victim sees the firearm, again, body doesn't remain static, would it be possible if that individual turned to shield him or herself away from the fire of the firearm, could that possibly explain why there's a shot there in the left side?
Well, I can't really tell what the deceased is going to do, but all I can say is if there's a twisting of the body, then the bullet will go in that direction.
Yes. Let's talk about the nature of that fire or that bullet defect or wound on the left side of the deceased, Mr. Shallow's body.
Yes.
What distinguishing characteristics did you observe with regard to that?
Yes, so based on my observation of the evidence I had, this particular entrance wound is a type we classify as a contact wound, meaning the muzzle end, which is where the bullet comes out, is touching the clothing if they was wearing one, or the skin. So it's not far away and it's not very distant. It is touching. So we call it a contact wound.
So whoever shot Mr. Shallow press that gun against Mr. Shiloh, in your opinion, and pull the trigger?
Correct, based on the injury.
Now, let's move on to the gunshot in the back. For whatever reason, well, you explained the nature of that.
Yes, so that wound does not have any evidence. In the other wound, the evidence we had was black soot. So when the firearm is discharged, it's not just the bullet which comes out. Along with the bullet, there is a flame, there is unburnt gunpowder, and black soot which comes out. So that's deposited if the gun is in contact with the skin. And then if the gun is far away, which is, we don't know how far, then none of that evidence will be there. So that was found in the second one, which is in the lower back, which was a distant one.
And did you form an opinion as to that particular gunshot wound and the loose projectile in the body bag?
Yes, so the only way I can explain how one of the projectile, which we can talk about, to the number one gunshot wound on the side, went down and got embedded or lodged in the right leg, which was collected. And then, so the other explanation for the loose bullet is based on the defect. The bullet entered the back, but didn't really do much. So it kind of somehow lodged into the skin. And then during the transport, it got dislodged and collected in the body bag. That's my explanation.
Let's move on to the internal examination. What, if anything, noteworthy was the result of the internal examination?
Yes, so based on the observation externally, so we start looking in the internal side and see what trauma this gunshot wound did. And so we also look at other organs, make sure there's no other damage.
Now, here's where you, as I understand it, take issue or have a differing opinion than Dr. Rivers as to the internal or the trauma caused by the projectile that entered through the left side. Is that fair to say?
Yes, yeah. The bullet enters the left side, and then, so basically, it comes, I can stand up and show. So it's coming here and then goes down here. So it's traveling in a downward direction, left to right. So it's like drawing a line, point A to point B. So we kind of track what's happening in between. And then while doing so, I observed based on the photographs, there was blood accumulation in the pelvic cavity, which we call where the pelvis or the lower part of the abdomen is. So, and then it enters and damages the intestine, stomach, diaphragm, which is a structure which is useful for breathing. So all those structures are injured, and then a lot of blood accumulation in the abdomen. So the only way blood accumulates is when a bullet damages a blood vessel. And if you think about it, in living individual blood vessel, we have blood pressure. And then once a bullet injures a blood vessel, it's like a hose pipe. I usually describe it with a hole. It says blood is just going to pour out. So that's why in my opinion, blood accumulated there. And then after doing that, bullet travels downwards and lodges in the posterior thigh, and where it was recovered.
Now, was that how Dr. Rivers described it, or?
There was no explanation of how the blood accumulated. So
is that kind of where you differ or you take issue, or you think there needs to be further explanation? I don't want to put words in your mouth. What's your take on that?
Yes, yeah. So based on, I've done about 4,000 cases and lots of gunshot wounds, and being in a big city in San Antonio, I've seen many of this, and in my explanation, the way the blood accumulated and the amount, in my opinion, is because of blood vessel injury.
Okay. And there was no mention of a blood vessel injury occurred before.
Correct.
Thanks for pointing that out. And nevertheless, do you concur or agree with the cause of death?
Yes, the cause of death doesn't change. In this particular case, do you?
Please.
Yes, the cause of death in this particular case is gunshot wound to the chest with the resultant hemorrhage.
Okay. Now, there's a difference. It's a distinction that people in your industry, in your field make. There's the cause of death, and then there's the manner of death.
Yes.
What's the manner of death?
Yes, the manner of death is based on. So eventually, what happens is, if I work in a medical examiner system, I have to certify the death certificate. And here, the justice of the peace does that part, since it's the justice of the peace jurisdiction. So the manner of death is classified as natural, accident, suicide, homicide, or undetermined. And that is a death classification.
I'm sorry to interrupt. It's essentially a checkbox.
Checkbox, correct. So we have to classify the death. And in this particular case, the manner of death is classified as homicide.
Okay. But nevertheless, the cause of death was by gunshot.
Wound, correct.
Gunshot. You mentioned as part of the file, there were certain photographs. You reviewed those photographs, correct?
Yes, sir.
May I approach the witness, Judge?
You may.
Dr. Panorama, I'm going to show you what I previously marked as state's exhibits number 42 through 54, and I ask you to take a moment to look at those and tell me, please, if you recognize those from the file, your review of the file.
Take your time. Make sure you recognize every page.
Yes, sir.
Do they appear to be true and accurate copies of the photographs that you recall from your review of the file?
Yes, sir.
They don't appear to be altered or have been manipulated in any way?
No.
Your Honor, at this time, State Officer States 42 through 54, they've been previously provided to the defense counsel in discovery, and for the record, I'm tendering to him for his discussion.
Take a bon voir dire.
Sure.
That's what you do down in Texas. You always take the witness on voir dire before you admit evidence in. We've learned that from the last Texas case.
Judge, the only objection I have is that these are business records and he hasn't established them as the custodian of business records since he actually did not want the autopsy.
That's overruled. States 42 through 54 are admitted.
Commissioner Post, Judge.
Yes, sir.
We're not going to see these
For the
pictures.
record, Doctor, I'm showing what's been marked as State's Exhibit number 42. This tag here, what does that indicate?
So each case which comes to the office gets a unique identifying number. And it starts with the year first, in this case 22. And then after that, it's a sequential number 327. And then BMT stands for our branch. There are several under the group, which stands for Beaumont. So this particular case we are trying to establish is connected to this individual.
And that number or unique identifying number is next to a armband here, is that fair to say, in State Exhibit 45?
Yes, that's right. That armband, because he went briefly to a hospital. That's from the hospital. So we are trying to establish the connection.
Okay, and here it's, oh, it indicates that that number is associated with the Richard Shiloh, correct?
Correct.
Here in States 43, we have, what do we have?
So this is called an intake photograph, meaning when the deceased come to us, we photograph how we receive ashes.
And States 44 is essentially just a close-up of that initial or intake photograph?
Yes, sir.
And for the record, it's still in that body bag.
That's right.
States 46, what are we
say?
looking at here in States 46?
This is the left side of the body, and then there's a tube which is inserted at the hospital, and then they're trying to put a ruler to photograph an injury.
And speaking of the injury, States 47, is that a close-up of that injury?
Yes, but this has a glare on it, and we have a better picture.
Look at that better picture. Now, is States 51 a better representation of that photograph?
Yes, this is a cleaned up photograph, and the roller and the wound is beneath the roller. And what you see centrally is the gunshot wound, and the black area around is the soot I talked about, which is indicated as a contact close gunshot.
Is States 52 a better representation, or at least a closely and zoomed in?
Yes, that's right. It's a close zoomed in picture, and then the central defect, what you see is the actual area where the bullet enters, and then the surrounding area is the black soot.
This surrounding area here?
Yes, sir, that's the soot.
Again, indicating that that firearm was pressed against this individual.
Correct.
When it was fired.
Yes, right.
States exhibit number 53. What are we looking at there, doctor?
So this is a picture of the back, and the top of the head is on the left side. And then there is a ruler again, and then there is a white area, which is the defect. So this is the other gunshot wound to the back.
And States 54, is that just a close-up or a zoomed-in shot of that defect, bullet defect to the back?
Yes, it's the same area. It's the same second gunshot wound to the back.
And States 49, is that the projectile that you believe worked its way out of the back into the body bag?
Yes, this is the loose projectile, a spent projectile, meaning it's fired from a weapon, and that's found in the body bag at the time of examination.
And lastly, States exhibit number 50.
That doesn't happen very often.
Of Mr. Shiloh's face, correct?
Yes, it's like an ID shot. We tried to take a little bit of cleaned up picture.
Very good.
The idea that the bullet worked its way out of the body while it's in the body bag? That seems a little bizarre. Did you
find, or was there any indication of any disease or of any disease that would have otherwise prevented Mr. Shiloh from continuing to live?
No, there was a complete autopsy done, which means they examined the heart, lungs, kidneys, and other organs, and based on my review, I did not find any other evidence of disease.
And is it fair to say, based on your training and experience, that a firearm is considered to be a deadly weapon capable of causing serious bodily injury or death?
Yes, it can.
And in fact, it did cause death in this case, correct?
That's right.
Thank you, Doctor, for being here today. Your Honor, that's all the questions I have. I'll pass it with you.
Thank you, Mr. Pullman. Mr. Radford?
Defense.
Doctor, could you pronounce your name for me, please?
Yes, sir. First name is Rogers, last name Cannon. Cannon.
Cannon. Oh,
yes, sir.
That helps. Thank you, sir.
I have a few questions for you. When you reviewed the records, did you notice whether or not any gunshot residue tests were performed on Mr. Shiloh?
I did not see any evidence. There's a paperbacks, but right now we actually do them if there is a request from the police department.
Okay.
I can't be really sure on this case.
You don't know?
I don't know, sir.
Okay. Did you look at the toxicology?
I did.
I'll go over that with you. The toxicology is when you test the blood to find out what substances may be in his body, correct?
That's right. In the autopsy, we take blood samples and send it to a lab. They do a comprehensive test and then give us a report.
I'm looking at page 3 of the NMS labs. It shows that there were barbiturates in his system, correct?
I'm looking at the NMS lab positive findings, which is where we look for the results.
Mm-hmm. You see where it shows that there were barbiturates in his system?
It's a hospital induced substance.
Okay. What are barbiturates?
A barbiturate is a very old school type of drugs, and usually it's given in hospital settings, this medication for analgesic activity or a hypnotic activity.
It can also be on the street, can it? It's also a street.
But yes, but not all of it. In this particular instance, the drug etomidate, etomidate, is usually administered in the hospital setting.
What about cannabinoids?
Cannabinoids, yes, but in this case, they did not report anything.
Okay. It doesn't say 10 ng/ml under barbiturates.
So I'm looking at the positive findings, and there are only 3 drugs identified in the first page of the report, which is caffeine in this case, cotinine, which is another product of coffee, and then third is etomidate, which is a drug given in the hospital setting.
Go to page 3, if you would.
Yes, sir. So those are reporting limits, meaning they are looking for it, but in this case, we don't have it.
There's no, they didn't find cannabinoids?
No, sir. So it's all should be in the findings, if there is any.
What about acetone?
They did not find any.
Ethanol?
No, sir.
So he just had caffeine, cotinine, and what is?
Etomidate, which is, like I said, a substance given in a hospital setting.
What is cotinine?
It's just a product of a coffee material.
That's all I have there.
Thank you, Mr. Radford. Anything else, Mr. Coleman?
No, yeah.
Any objection to Dr. Khan being excused?
Not at all. No, ma'am.
Thank you, doctor. You're excused. And you're placed under the rule, and you know what that means.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's like a story of my life. Under the rule. Can't talk about my job, as cool as it is.
You may call your next witness.
This time state calls Alize Ballard.
Alize Ballard.
Well,
or
they didn't
Ballard.
go for the easy names, that's for sure. Keeping my ear to the ground, watching the news for some of the stories that are out there about upcoming cases or developing cases. One out of Mississippi, Xavier Nolan. I know the NAACP is doing a press conference about that one. That's got a lot of attention, a lot of eyeballs on it. Obviously, racial implications on that one, but I think it's still, from what I've heard, I haven't heard the results today, but it's still early on that one to see if there are charges that would be filed and what and who they would apply to. Some teens going on a weekend outing to an island. And yeah, and there's I guess they're saying there's signs of cover up, like issues with the issues with the body after the autopsy. So that we'll see. That's not a good sign. And then you've got the Dallas Fort Worth area with the real estate agent who's now charged with homicide. Back in 2012. So that's a cold case. So nothing like your real estate agent that's helps you find a new home and bury a body. So many talents. David, preliminary hearing. Yeah, that one's terrible. I think Brian Anton's covering that one really well. I think that's him. So some big cases coming up for sure as we're waiting for the next witness to show
they
up.
were they're getting her from upstairs. I just got a message.
Okay.
Shelby B, I have jury duty August 3rd in Fort Worth, Tarrant County. Wonderful. I hope you get a good case and I hope you get seated. Yeah, Brian, I'm leaving that one to him. That David case is obviously one that's got elements that we typically don't follow on this channel, but it's got a lot of it. This trial has no beans. This should be a saying. When a trial has no beans, you think that would mean that this isn't something I enjoy watching, or this isn't the good stuff. This isn't, like, we want the beans. Give us the beans. This should be a legal term taught in law school. If you're gonna bring a case to court, bring the beans. David's not being streamed, probably for good reason.
Before you sit down, if you'll please raise your right hand. Do you swear
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this trial will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. You can have a seat. And so I'll just ask you to kind of pull that microphone and get as close as you can. Make sure you speak loudly and clearly so everyone can hear you. Also, if it's a yes or a no question, be sure to say yes or no and not just an uh-huh or a head nod so that the court reporter can take everything down.
Yes.
Thank you. You may proceed.
Thank you, Ron. Good morning. Do you pronounce it Ballard or Ballard?
Either way.
Okay. Ms. Ballard, would you please state your full name for the court reporter and the ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
Alize Ballard.
And that's spelled Alize, right? The first name?
Correct.
All right. And I don't need the address, but what city and state do you reside in?
Beaumont, Texas.
Okay.
DSN, thanks for the GOAT trophy. Appreciate it.
Do you or did you know Richard Shiloh?
We were in kind of like a romantic relationship.
In fact, you didn't call him Richard. You pronounced it how?
Richard.
Richard Shiloh. And were you in a dating relationship back in March of 2022?
Yes.
And I want to take you back
She was
to
on the
that
phone with
day in March, on March 27th of 2022 when Richard was shot that day. During that time, what type of a vehicle did he drive?
A red Cadillac.
At around 7 p.m. That day, would you have been on the telephone with him?
I was.
And I want to kind of walk through that telephone call with you for the benefit of the jury. You indicated that you knew that he was backing that Cadillac up during that conversation. And how would you have known that?
I heard the little beep sounds whenever we back up and like whenever you're close to something.
And after hearing the beeping sounds, you indicated that you heard him talking to other people, correct?
Correct.
A lot of leading.
You don't know who these people are or were, do you?
No.
And what did he tell you he was about to do?
Pick up some money.
And
for what? Sorry.
Did he tell whoever he was talking to go to the other side of the car?
Correct.
What did you hear next when he told them to go to the other side of the car?
I heard rumbling and I heard the phone a distance and I heard him like saying stuff and then he started swearing, saying F-U-C-K continuously until he heard my voice.
And at some point, did he yell out what
happened?
What happened to him?
Yes.
What did he say? And I know the language is kind of rough, but what did he say?
This nigga just shot me.
Okay. And after that, did you hear anything else on that telephone line?
He hung up.
What did you do next?
I kept calling him back. No answer. Got in my car and tried to find him.
Did you eventually make your way to the Virginia State's apartments that evening?
I did.
This jury's already seen the body worn camera video, surveillance video, so they know what that scene looked like that afternoon or that evening. But nevertheless, you couldn't get past that the tape, right?
Correct.
That they marked off the scene. Eventually, did you talk to an officer or officers there at the scene?
Yes.
Did you tell them essentially what you're testifying to this jury today?
Yes.
In fact, after talking to those officers at the scene, at some point, did you come into the police department and talk to a detective?
Yes.
And did you tell that detective what you told the officers at the scene and what you're testifying to this jury about today?
Yes, sir.
Did you go to the hospital that evening?
No.
But at some point, you found out what happened to Rashard.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think you're saying for me. I apologize. I didn't go to the hospital.
And when you went to the hospital, did you find out what happened to Rashard?
Yes. No, I found out at the police station.
Okay.
That's when they let me know.
And they told you that he died.
Right.
We've seen some photos, some unfortunate photos of Rashard. I'd like to. May I push the witnesses?
You may.
It's important for this photo, for the jury to see this photo. I'm showing you what I'm marking as State's Exhibit number 55. Do you recognize that photo?
Yes.
Do you recognize the individual in that photo?
That's for sure.
is it fair to say that this would be a fair and accurate depiction of Rashard?
Yes.
Throughout this time, State Officer States 55, tendering to defense counsel. For the record, this would be a fair and accurate depiction of Rashard when he was alive, I should say.
Yes.
Tendered States 55 to defense counsel.
No objection.
States 55 admitted.
Permission to post, Judge.
Yes, sir.
Defense fought a statement from this witness on body cam pre-trial. They did not want it coming in. They said it was, even though it was excited utterance hearsay exception,
That's Rashard there.
that it was testimonial.
Yeah. Yes.
And they didn't want it in without being able to confront her.
Part of
Here
what I've
she
got to do
is.
is I've got to identify him for the record, make sure the record's clear that we are talking about the same person.
Did he put up the medical examiner picture? He put up the ME photo from the autopsy?
And again, for the record, I have to make sure that we are talking about the same person who was deceased that day. Is this also Rashard?
I can't see that.
What in the world?
Oh, God.
She may have never seen that before.
Judge, I think that's all I have.
Thank you. Hang on just a second, okay?
You want me to take a break?
So Mr. Rapper's gonna have some questions for you. Do you need a quick break?
Please.
Okay, but we're gonna take just maybe 5 minutes and then we'll get you back in there. Go take a break real quick. You'll make sure that you get Steve to go, just keep it. Yeah, that'd be good. Let's do that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's just take about a 5-minute break. It's 9:45. Just kind of step out, stretch your legs for a little bit. We'll get you back in here in just a minute. Thank you.
I realize the importance of having a witness identify someone and say, yes, that's the person I knew that was shot. That it's an important part of the case. There are ways to do this that don't, I mean, I'm just guessing here, but is this like a post autopsy picture? You know from her reaction.
All right, we'll be in a short.
This wasn't like a photo of them at the beach or, a vacation somewhere or, his driver's license photo or anything else. And after she has that initial reaction and he just sits there with the picture on the screen and then re-asks the question, sorry, you got to look at this, knowing that the jury is, oh, man. Is it effective? I would say yes. What that conveyed to the jury is probably worth a lot more than just the knowledge that, yes, this is the right individual that we're talking about. Man, that's brutal. I mean, is it harming victims further beyond what's necessary to get a conviction? Showed her the picture of him from the obituary, and then he put up the medical photo without much notice. Oh. She'll never see it. That's what she's going to remember now. That's how she gets to go through the rest of life. Last time I, oh my goodness. Texan, sometimes we have some words on our banned list that seem innocuous Innocuous. You know what I meant. They seem like they're not problematic, but for one reason or another, they're on there. And if it is, we'll never know because we don't see them. So if you type something over and over, it just doesn't show up on the screen. As long as it's not offensive or trying to get around something that you know shouldn't be in chat. Try to say it a little differently. It might get through. Innocuous. Okay, I was at an L in there. Innocuous, which is not right. Kate, welcome. You came in at a sort of a jarring moment in court. This little murder trial out of Texas with Judge Raquel West, who has been on camera a little bit this morning. She's a nice blonde-haired judge out of Texas. We've been at her court several times. She's a lot of fun to watch. She is in the Starship Enterprise holodeck or command deck. I'm not sure which one. But that's where her courtroom is. Inoculate, giving vaccines. Okay, so I mixed them up. I harmlessly gave you... No, now we get political. They could have given her a heads up, for sure. I can't use the peach or eggplant emoji. YouTube can be weird. Is it a UK thing? They're banned in the UK? You were blending innocuous and binoculars, I think. Something like that. I think you're right. Tissues going back. I believe she's the one that called 911. I believe this is the significant other of the victim who was on the body cam that we heard by witness. I think it was witness number 3, that the baby police officer who's retired already or gone to another career. For what it's worth, the peach emoji gets held every morning during the birthday dance. Is she in jail? No, I don't believe she is. I believe she's not in custody. They said she was upstairs. Why would she be upstairs? And then she did go back into sort of like the holding area instead of out into the foyer or the lobby. She might be in custody. Vanasheen says, today I had to make sure I was using illicit correctly to make sure I wasn't saying illicit, which is very different. And the bailiff kind of shoved her through the door. Yeah, the bailiff's like, yeah, she's going with us. It's funny. This trial began with a couple one-liners that were great. The prosecutor, on asking one of the witnesses, I think it was the ME, was saying inaccurate. And the witness was hearing inaccurate. And so he was asking the witness if the recording equipment at the police station makes an accurate recording of the 911 call. She's like, no, it doesn't. He's like, oh, no, does the machine, does it make an accurate recording? And she's like, no. And he's like, it does record them, right? This is the actual call. And she was like, yeah, but it doesn't do inaccurate ones. So that was one part. And then I believe this is the prosecutor who gave us the wonderful gem, the truth, which I think should belong on a shirt or a hat somewhere, that we are in fact, and you know, you think about this is true. We are in fact the greatest country in this nation. Or maybe it was nation in this country. I'm not sure which way it was, but we are. We are. This is the greatest nation in this country. You just can't get around that. I mean, you do the math. That's the way it is. It looks like we're coming back in or getting close to it. So even though it's a sleepy little court, it does deliver. The ME, the last ME, says that if they photograph how they receive asses, which I'm thinking he's He meant something else, but that's what I heard. And why they have donkeys going to the ME's office, I have no clue. No clue. But little trials deliver little gems now and then. Only in Texas is that slightly accurate. Yeah. That was the defense in the Pinto Bean case. Other than the fact we're both in Texas, I would have thought these cases would be very different, but they seem to be sort of running in line with each other in many, many ways. Shannon, thank you very much for the Eagle. Shannon S. Appreciate that. Very generous of you. Barb, you're late, but you're here. We'll give you a pass today. Looks like the witness is just finalizing her composure to return to the trial. This will be the defense asking questions. Obviously, he can't go too hard on this witness because the jury is going to be sympathetic to her for a couple of reasons. First of all, she is not the accused or the victim. So she was just like an innocent bystander wrapped up in this case. Well, there's the defendant coming out of there. We'll give a minute for the witness. So she's here not by choice, but something that happened around her, which, you feel sorry for. But also, she's shown incredible vulnerability and just raw emotion on the stand, which it's hard to watch and not. You feel a little bit of, pull on the heartstrings. So if the defense attorney gets up now and gets aggressive with her, challenges her story, and tries to dig into, so you said he was there picking up money? You knew he was out there selling drugs, right? If he gets upset with her for that, this could backfire on the defense. The jury could sort of turn on him a little bit. Let's see how the judge handles this going forward.
Jury is seated. State's attorney's present. Defendant, defense counsel are present. You can bring the jury back in.
You said the jury is seated.
Oh, did I?
You said the jury.
I did say that.
There's our judge.
Let the record reflect the state. I said the jury's seated. I don't know. They're not here for the record.
We know.
I didn't hear.
They're out in the foyer, and they're going to walk in. They're on the left-hand side. This judge does. This court does show the jury.
That shows that there was one person paying attention.
Yes, exactly. I heard it, but I wasn't. So.
Got ahead of myself.
Threw me out.
Yeah. Do we have a weather contingent for tomorrow afternoon if it gets bad, or I don't know what the.
Not going to get bad.
Oh, that's good.
It's going to rain.
The judge is like,
normal
no,
rain.
We'll just
a little bit of wind.
Not have bad weather. I'm surprised they're talking about tomorrow. I thought we were going to be done today. Very diverse jury coming in. Range of ages.
I'm keeping up with emergency management. It's keeping us informed. So.
Not sure if they walk in the 1 to 14. Was it 14 people that came in? They might walk in order. I think reminds me of the same order they walked out. So.
All right, now let the record reflect that the jury is seated, state's attorney's present, defendant and defense counsel are present. Mr. Radford, you may proceed.
Ballard, my name is Wendell Radford. I'm just going to ask a few questions. Okay.
Soft approach.
How long had you and Richard been seeing each other?
Since I would say 9 months.
Okay. And you were on the phone with him at the time?
Yes.
Did you know where he was going?
No, I didn't.
Okay. But you said that you heard him tell somebody to go to the other side of the car?
Correct.
Okay. Was that before or after you heard the beeping sound?
That was after the beeping.
And then you said you heard some argument?
I heard the phone going to a distance, and I heard his voice like talking to someone and telling them like, oh man, something. I couldn't really make out what he was saying, but he was like sounding distressed. So I heard him saying, fuck. He kept saying
so they were having some kind of heated conversation.
Well, it wasn't a conversation. It was like as soon as he got parked, everything happened.
Okay.
Like
Did you
within
ever-
a minute.
Did you ever see or know of Richard to carry a gun?
No.
You know, can I have a moment here?
Sure.
The soft approach is working with the
Are
witness.
you looking for the gun?
It's not.
It's not an
It's
evidence.
not admitted by stipulation. By agreement.
That's all right. I mean, he's gonna have to put it in later anyways. So, but you never saw Richard have a gun?
I never saw him. I seen him with a gun one time, but not multiple times.
Do you remember what the gun looked like?
Yes, it was long.
Long gun?
Mm-hmm. That's all I remember.
You have that picture?
So we might have the firearm introduced that the victim supposedly had by stipulation. So this would be coming in as defense evidence.
I'm gonna show you what has been marked. Come here, bro.
Sure.
I'm gonna show you what's been marked as states 33 and 34. Does that look like the gun that he had?
I would honestly, it's been so long ago. I just know it was long. I didn't pay attention. I'm scared of guns.
Okay.
No objection if you want to offer.
Yeah. That's all I have, Judge.
Anything else, Mr. Coleman?
No, Judge.
Any objection to Ms. Ballard being excused?
No, ma'am.
So, Ms. Ballard, you're being excused, but all the witnesses are placed under what's called the rule. And what that means is you're not allowed to discuss your testimony with anyone else involved in the trial other than the lawyers or the investigators. Also, you're not allowed to be in the courtroom during anyone else's testimony, and you're not allowed to watch any of the proceedings on YouTube.
Okay.
Okay? Thank you. You're free to go.
Thank
you. May I call your next witness?
They call Detective Nicholas Thomas.
Good morning. Could you please raise your right hand, sir?
Yes, sir.
Do you swear from the testimony you're going to give in this trial will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
I wonder if he has a badge.
You may proceed.
That's a big badge holder.
You please state your full name for the court reporter and ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
Nicholas Thompson.
And Detective Thompson, how are you employed, sir?
With the City of Beaumont Police Department.
And are you a certified peace officer?
Yes, sir, I am.
Your training and background, what does it include?
Ooh, I've been a police officer since 1999. Up to the yearly mandates, standards, additional training, part of the department SWAT team, additional training and all of that. So very extensive.
Okay. Your involvement in this case, it was fair to say it was limited, correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you, in fact, you just essentially sat in on an interview, a witness interview? Is that fair to say?
Yes, sir.
My questions are more general in nature, related to law enforcement, generally speaking. So, starting with your understanding as in your training experience, what a drug rip is. Explain to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury what's commonly referred to as a drug rip.
Usually it's an interaction between individuals where there's going to be an exchange of narcotics, at which point one side or the other takes the opportunity to take the items, the illegal narcotics, from the other one without payment.
In your training experience, why is that? Why would someone choose to do that?
Objection, speculation.
Well, let me ask it a different way, Judge. In your training experience, do drug dealers who get robbed go to the police to report their stolen drugs?
No, sir.
Okay. And is that one perhaps reason why people would choose to rob a drug dealer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, I want to talk to you about certain surveillance video from the Virginia Estates Park Complex from March the 27th of 2022. Did you have an opportunity to review at least a couple of those clips from that apartment complex?
Yes, sir, I did.
And did you, after reviewing the clip, rewinding it, slowing it down, did you form an opinion as to whether or not one of those individuals was carrying an object?
Yes, sir, I did.
And what is that opinion?
As the individual that was fleeing the scene had a long object extended from his right hand.
Hard to make out because of the part of the video?
Yes, sir.
Did look like a long object, though?
Yes, sir.
Could it possibly have been a firearm?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In fact, I'm going to try to cue up those two instances of spots in these videos, if you bear with me.
We're just bearing with you. Prosecutor could have used a number 2 on the bench, maybe to prep some of the displays and exhibits, as well as help him out with tech. He's struggled a little bit on both fronts. Seems to be there now. Let's see what we got. Of course, he's also in no hurry.
For the record, I'm going to publish States Exhibit 26 that contains the videos from the Parliament conference.
He's speaking to the wall. Like he's standing in the corner of the room speaking to the wall. The detective, the witness here on the stand, this officer who has the world's largest badge holder, because he is, after all, an officer in Texas, is watching the video now, security camera footage, which is silent, of the event.
Video 11-03-27-22, -2022, 19-19-20. And again, detective, you had the benefit of being able to watch, rewatch, rewind, slow down the video, and this is already in evidence if the jury refuses to watch for themselves. But you formed an opinion, and I want you to tell me when to pause it, and you tell me what, if anything, you observe.
Yes, sir. Right. So right there appears to be on the right side, going down towards the foot along an object.
And we're talking for record purposes about 7 minutes and 58 seconds into the video. What hand does it appear to be in, left hand or right hand?
The right hand.
We're talking about the individual in the lead there, right?
Yes, sir.
The one with the black pants with the red stripe on it?
Yes, sir.
If it was a way for me to blow it up, I'd blow it up. But again, you have the benefit of being able to look at it closer than what perhaps the jury can see from their vantage point, all right?
Yes, sir.
No. There's a physical pointer. I don't know if I can go on this screen, but you could stand up and show the jury, at least in your opinion, where and what you see.
This individual right here.
extending right there on the right side of their body down towards the foot.
Okay. For the record, I'm publishing 13-03-27-2022, 19-27-19. And like before, detective, tell me when they hit pause, when you observe something that you think is noteworthy for the jury.
Yes, sir.
Just whenever the witness thinks it's noteworthy, we'll pause.
Pause.
Pause. Now back up.
Can you maybe run it back a little, or is that fine?
Just a little bit forward.
Forward?
Yes.
So you know what's coming.
Right there.
Right there.
Is that fine?
Yes, sir.
All right. You can use that pointer now if you want to point out and describe for the jury what it is you're pointing to.
Yeah, and then the gentleman in the front, or the individual in the front in the right hand, appeared to be an item extended from the hand down towards the foot along the leg.
Again, hard to make out.
Yes, sir.
But again, you've watched it several times, slowed it down, paused it, and you formed an opinion.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Must be pretty grainy on that video for him to have to try to describe and point to and slow down and pause to see something.
Firearm in your training experience is considered a deadly weapon,
Yes, sir, it is.
capable of causing serious bodily injury or death.
Yes, sir.
So if the victim had a gun, did the other guys just get the jump on him and take the victim's gun?
The other individuals in that vehicle, who did they include in the way of being identified as? If you know, or if you can refer to your report.
From that vehicle? No, sir.
Are there?
He doesn't know who they are.
And if you don't know, you don't. But,
yes, sir.
Were there any other individuals from that incident or from that vehicle, that silver Infinity? Were they linked to the discovery of a longish type firearm?
Longish type.
And if you've got your report, if you refer to your report, that's fine. Who were those individuals and what were their names?
No.
Got my report right here. Creased nicely down the middle, as one does.
So in my report, I have a Ronald Babineau, Charles Burdine, Kalon Johnson, Javon Johnson, and Trevor Green.
They would have been linked the very next day to a long type firearm.
Yes.
Okay. That's all the questions I have to ask witness.
Thank you. Mr. Radford?
Detective Thompson, you actually spoke with Ronald Babineau, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
And did you work with the other detectives on this case?
Initially, in the beginning, I did, sir.
And that would have been Detective Hamilton, I think?
Yes, sir.
And then also Detective Tamayo?
Yes, sir.
And you talked to Ronald Babineau, And I think you talked to Charles Verdeen, didn't you?
Yes, sir, I did.
And after visiting with them, did you ascertain that Ronald was driving that car today?
Yes, sir, I did.
And that Charles was with him?
Yes, sir.
And also Kalon Johnson. He ultimately was determined to be the shooter, isn't that correct?
That was determined after my
your involvement?
Yes, sir.
Were you involved when it was determined that Joseph Freeman had been shot by Richard Shayla?
No, sir.
Was that Detective Hamilton and Tamayo?
Yes, sir.
Because I think you were on a different case involving Babineau, Verdeen, Kalon Johnson, Javon Johnson, and Trevor Green, correct?
Different case.
It happened on the 28th, the next day. Were you assigned something about a stolen vehicle?
That was part of this investigation.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
But that didn't involve Joseph Freeman, correct?
To my knowledge, no.
Okay.
That's all. I have nothing further for Detective Thompson, Judge.
Any objection to Detective Thompson being excused?
No, Judge. No, ma'am.
Thank you, Detective. You're excused and you're placed under the rule, and you know.
Yes, ma'am.
You know the rules. Don't break the rules.
Mr. Coleman?
State calls Sergeant Jesus Tamayo.
Sergeant Jesus Tamayo?
Yep. Good morning.
Good morning, Judge.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're going to give in this case will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you, sir. You can have a seat. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Could you please state your full name, Sergeant, for the court reporter and for the ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
Jesus Tamayo.
And Sergeant Tamayo, how are you employed, sir?
I'm employed as a police officer with the Beaumont Police Department.
And how long have you been with BPD?
31 years, going on 32.
And you are a certified peace officer?
Yes, sir.
Back on March the 28th of 2022, were you involved in the investigation or an incident involving a unauthorized use of a motor vehicle or stolen motor vehicle?
Yes, sir, I was.
Several individuals were arrested related to that offense, is it fair to say?
Yes, sir.
And who did they include? And if you need to refer to your report or a report, it's up to you.
If I may.
Yes.
One of the subjects was Ronald Babineau, 23 years of age at the time. Charles Verdeen, 19 years old at the time. Kalon Johnson, 16 years old at the time. Javon Johnson, 14 years old at the time. And Trevor Green, 14 years old at the time.
Ronald Babineau, Charles Verdeen, and Ayden Johnson. Those are the three I kind of want to focus on. In the course of your investigation or the investigation, was Ronald Babineau, Charles Verdeen, and Ayden Johnson linked to an incident that happened the day before on March the 27th of 2022?
Yes, sir. To my knowledge, it was.
Generally speaking, that incident would have been a what?
It was a homicide.
At the Virginia State's
Correct. 4250 West Virginia.
During the course of your investigation or the investigation,
you can move the mic.
These three individuals linked to a particular vehicle?
Yes.
Would that have you? If you have a description, that's fine. If not,
I don't have the description, but I know it was a small sedan.
What kind of color?
It was like gray or beige. Don't recall the color.
Would you recall it if you saw it?
Yes.
Now I'm going to show you a color. Was it this color? This is the worst way. I'm going to show you a picture of the car, and you tell me if you remember it. Here it is. Is this the car? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember it now. It would look just like that. Why not send him back to his report? Oh, man. What are the odds this prosecutor just has a random assortment of car photos that he's going to do a lineup on? Can you pick it out of this lineup? No. There's one car on the picture. I think you could qualify this as leading. This to me,
Record on publishing states 26.
becomes less of a testimony about what color the car was, and more of testimony about if this individual can recognize colors, period.
130327 2022 1927. Does that vehicle, from your recollection, resemble the vehicle that Kaylon Johnson, Charles Verdine, and Ronald Babineau were associated with?
Yes, sir.
None of those are a defendant. The defendant's Mr. Freeman.
In fact, it was not only associated with that homicide, but that vehicle was also linked to or associated with the UUMV, or unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, the following day, right?
That is correct.
And when those individuals were arrested in or around that stolen vehicle, what, if anything, was found in that vehicle?
There were several guns found in the vehicle.
Okay. Judge, I was just handed some information that I need to show this witness, and we just got it. Can we take a brief recess?
Show the defense.
We'll do it on the break. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's take about a 15-minute break. It's 10:20. We'll try to get started at 10:35. Please keep in mind all those instructions you were previously given. For everyone else, would please remain seated. You're excused for 15 minutes.
Hot delivery, new evidence just in. Where did it come from? I want to hear the background, why this should be allowed in, and why this isn't trial by ambush with new evidence at the last second. Judge, if you could delve into that briefly. Looks to be photographic in nature.
All right, let the record reflect the jury's outside the courtroom. Mr. Coleman.
Judge, what I have here are photos from the scene that evening of the stolen vehicle that Sergeant Tamayo made the scene. In prepping Sergeant Tamayo this morning, he was forthright in saying that he doesn't necessarily recall the description of the type of firearms that were found. What we did this morning is we had to unzip the file, or it's very voluminous, unzip the file that contained all of those all the body on camera, all the photos from the scene, which, by the way, were turned over in discovery. Okay. But we had to unzip it, and we just got it unzipped. We just got them printed. And I want to show these photos to Sergeant Tamayo to see if it refreshes his recollection about what the firearms looked like that day.
And all of this was in discovery that you...
Yeah, I mean, I've got a stat.
Sure, yeah. If y'all let Mr. Radford look at it as well, and I'll take a short break.
I recognize.
All right, we'll be in...
Judge says we'll be in recess. So the prosecutor went to the great effort of right-clicking on the file and straining his hand to move the mouse down to the unzip option, which, once he did, the computer in a matter of moments prepped all the files for him, and then he had them printed off. I'm not sure why he's describing this in such a way where he feels he deserves the Medal of Honor or the Nobel Peace Prize or some equal accolade. Unzipping a file is probably one of the easiest things you will ever do to a large file, ever. it's in Windows. It is so simple. Maybe he'll get a raise out of this one. I mean, this is clearly going above and beyond his job description. Unzipping. Never mind. Watch this judge a lot. I like her. Chris, I do as well. I like a lot of our Texas judges. The zipper was stuck. Your Honor, I had to click like 3 times before it would unclick. Wasted a whole second and a half. I would argue that it takes almost as much effort to unzip a file as it does to pin a message on YouTube. For those who have unzipped a file and have pinned a message, now you know. You right-click on the message, and you click replace pinned message or pin message. That's it. That's it. Yeah, he made this sound like he had just, they just cracked the case. Your Honor, the lab just out of the blue. They FedEx this. They sent a runner. Guy has sprinted all the way from downtown, out of breath. He collapsed on my office floor. His dying words were, "Here's the evidence you need. We found it." We unzipped the file. And you can't pin it on the mods. Right. Some people have the wrong thing when pinning messages. Red, this is me. Let me explain this, okay? Because I need to... I'm going to give you a peek behind the scenes. Let me just make sure I don't do anything that I regret later on. We're going to go here. I'm going to take you to my view, how I see the world when we're live streaming. Ready? Let's see. That's good. Okay, we're good. I just don't want to be giving away like my stream key or something. So here we are. This is my view. Currently, I'm watching the analytics. This is the viewers. How many of y'all there are? Got about 500 some odd who have been interested in this case. That's great. We love it. Over here is chat. I like watching in the dark mode because there's plenty of things that are bright that are shining in my face. I don't need any more. And over here, see if Red Pen's message right here needs to be pinned. When I click on it, oops, I have to click on it. All right, see, it's doing just what I want. There it is. I click on it. Right here is remove as managing moderator. So I had to click 3 times. Sometimes I click on it and I go up to replace pinned message, but it doesn't pull up, and I go to click again, and then the message pops up right before I click to click again, and I remove someone as a moderator. That's how easy it is to just doink, gone. So in my defense, YouTube poorly designed the whole process. Anyway, now you know. Pinning is not difficult, says Josh. Remember when I lost my shield? It wasn't lost. I had misplaced it temporarily, and I returned it as soon as I found it. As soon as I found out I had misplaced it. Can we see the French counter, please? There's the French counter. It's not like actually French. Well, I guess it's in English, but it's numbers. It says Recovery Addict, and this. Thanks, Red Pen, for making this. She made that logo out of our other logo. Made it just a line thing that they could laser etch into the surface. They won't sell you one of these unless you laser etch your logo into it. They won't sell you a plain one because you can't open this. First of all, it's sealed, and once it's laser etched, you can't return it. So it's an ingenious model to have 0 returns. But Happens to me a lot. The chat rolls up and the wrong thing gets clicked. Yes, I've clicked on the wrong message many a time. Dark mode is best, says Ninnis. My dad doesn't get it, but he has the brightness maxed out on his phone, so when he shows you something, it's like looking into the sun. Okay, for my eyes, though, I need it brighter, like at night. My wife turns the brightness on the iPad down so low that I actually think it charges the battery. That's how much power it's saving instead of using battery. I need it at least 75% so I can see contrast. We'll give them a minute to finish fighting over this document. Can't do dark mode. I fell in love with dark mode when I started doing event coverage, when I was doing live event production. And you basically, you wear black. You're part of the tech crew. You're trying to blend into the background. And having these bright, glaring screens, they just stood out. And so I've done black background like this for forever. Have dark mode on everything. You made it in a vector format. I think we sent it as a PNG, honestly. It's just line art. It's like 480 by 480. It's not, it does scale well. It's got smooth corners. It might be vector. I don't remember. Red can tell me. But purple coconut. The optics on that one look bad. Looks bad. I need my screen back. I took it over there so you could see it. Let's bring it back. There we go. All right. So in an update you didn't ask for, but I'm going to give anyway, our summer science classes are progressing. I think we're going to do definitely one about flight. So we're going to do lots of various gliders, airplanes, frisbees. You know what an Airzuka is? Oh my goodness. Airzuka is one of the best toys to ever play with. It's not good for pets, unfortunately, unless they like loud noises like clapping and puffs of air out of nowhere. But an Airzuka is, think of it like an old Folgers coffee can size device that's sort of narrow on one end, and it has a elastic bag that you can sort of pull back and let go, and it sends a puff of air out the front, and it sends it in a vortex, like a ring. Think of smoke rings. It's a puff of that, and it shoots. It can go like 65 feet, and it's just air. So it's not silent. It's not like a covert tool, but it's great for office if you are in a noisy environment because you can shoot someone with a puff of air and like from across the room, suddenly they just hit with like, poof, just their hair goes flying everywhere. Their papers scatter on their desk. You guys, you need one of these for your grandkids. Hang on one second. Let me get you a link so you know what we're talking about. Airzuka. Go. All right. It's like paintball, but it's air. Yes, it's virtually harmless unless you get some dust in your eye or something. But there's an affiliate link. I have to say that if you do click that link and make a purchase, Amazon might thank me by giving me a couple pennies. But it's you have to sort of build it because it comes flat, and so you snap it together, and it has these little plastic screws. They're fairly durable as long as you don't like drop it and beat people with it. They're pretty easy to put together, and inside a house, it's got a little plastic knob on the back, right? So once it's assembled, you just pull the knob back, and it has a little bungee cord on the inside that shoots it forward, and it makes a woof noise, but it's like a clap and a woof together. And you can aim them. Like on a still day outside, we would take it and we'd like aim up like 40 feet up on the tree, and we'd shoot at the leaves, and you wait, and then it would poof, and a bunch of the leaves would just wave and then stop. Anyway, we're doing that. So we're gonna bring and thanks for the 300 likes, by the way, whoever that was. We're gonna bring a fog machine, because it's one thing to feel the puff of air, it's another thing to see it fly. And a fog machine lets you send like a smoke ring, a vortex out, and you can see it fly. So we're going to try to steer vortexes, and they're going to have to shoot them through hula hoops. We're going to bring gliders, up to like 3 foot wide foam gliders, which are pretty harmless, as well as some smaller ones. We're going to have a whole variety of frisbees. So it's like competition ultimate frisbee discs. Sorry, we're watching court for when they come back. Some floppy sort of like frisbees, a big, huge 36-inch diameter frisbee. Aerobees, which is like a frisbee, but it's very flat and just a thin ring on the outside. Not as much fun to catch, but they fly really far. And we'll have a competition about who can throw something the furthest. We'll also use the smoke to show the wind, the air path over airplane wings to demonstrate how lift works. We've got some air compressors that will float like a ping pong ball floating in the air over the air compressor. We'll do that one and probably use some smoke to show how that flies, everything like that. So that's... fog machine and Airzuka fun for hours. They're great. Are they similar to assault? No. Red Pen, the bug assault ones. Oh my goodness, those are amazing. Thank you, by the way. I think you were the one who sent those to me. They're great. This is just air. It's not enough to like kill a fly, but it sure will wake up the cat. The cat probably won't like it. And all have been clipped. Anyway, so we're bringing those. We're bringing the gliders, and that's going to be one day for while we talk about flight and how frisbees fly, and we'll teach them how to throw gliders, teach them how to throw a frisbee to get the best distance, have competitions, and probably give away all the stuff at the end, because honestly I don't have room in my house for gliders and frisbees. That's going to be one. And then we're going to do a sound day as well. So we're going to do a competition, because we're going to be at a park, and they're young kids, where everyone gets a chance to see how loud they are. And I do happen to own a decibel meter, so I can measure, and it will hold the peak, so we can rate everyone on how loud they are, or we can have them try to decide what is louder, and we can do tests where they can test, how loud is a popping balloon, or how loud is a clap, and how loud, just do different things. What was that? I just got a citizen notification. The FDA has recalled Peter Rabbit Organics banana. What was that? Peter Rabbit. This is important. Sure wish it would show me what it said. The FDA. And it's gone. Just like that. Something about Peter Rabbit banana. Then the alert left. His app's crap. Garlic powder has also been recalled, I do believe. I heard the FDA apologized to Taylor Farms. Said it wasn't you. The witnesses pacing around the courtroom. Good grief. Why? Sit down, sir. I think the witness is back. That's the prosecutor that's pacing around. Breaking open geodes can be fun and dangerous. Just Stephanie, I told my wife that what I'm looking for in our next home, wherever that may be, I want rocks. I've loved living in sand, and honestly, as someone who loves metal detecting, I cannot tell you what a pleasure it is to dig for objects that have been lost to time in the ground and have never found a stone in years. That it's all sand. It's loamy soil and sand, and like hot knife through butter. It has been easy, especially when I came from out west, where the rocky soil was compacted so much that it was almost becoming stone itself, and you need like a pickaxe, and you're chipping away at it and denting your tools and everything. It's been amazing that way, but I'm willing to give up the easy metal detecting because I miss rocks. As a kid, I've picked up rocks. I literally still have rocks that I found while I was hiking before I was 16 years old. And I still have them. And I remember where I got them. Like, I'm like, this particular piece of quartz with the green little bits of copper, oxidized copper in it, I know exactly what side of the mountain, where I was at, how I found it, where more is, everything else. I need more rocks. So in doing that, I need to have a yard that's big enough that my neighbors won't complain when I run my rock saw, which I also need, because I have to be able to cut the rocks open to see what they look like on the inside. Because that's why would you have rocks if you couldn't cut them open? I don't want just limestone. It has to be like variety. So river would be nice. Is it too much to ask to have like a great river running through my property with rocks at the bottom? State Rock is a geode in Iowa. I miss rocks is so heartbreaking. I never thought I would. But Miss Mary, we've got a little murder trial on our hands. Drug deal gone bad. Customer became stick-ups. It's a voluntary recall. Thank you, by the way, Book Dragon Jen, for this. Of Pumpkin Peter. Okay. It's a bit of a mouthful. And I'm not, that's not a tongue-in-cheek. That's not a, anyway. Pumpkin Tree Peter Rabbit Organics Banana and Strawberry 4-ounce patches due to an internal packaging defect. So this is not the same thing. Book Dragon Jen, thanks for finding this. That affects a very few people. Pumpkin Tree Peter Rabbit Organics Banana and Strawberry 4-ounce. I was worried it was the cyclosporadic addict insect. I don't know what the thing is, the yucky one. Sir, what'd you bring up? What's in your pocket? Is that your phone? Okay. Ancient rocks, yes. You're setting up for no move, it seems. Yeah, the river runs through it idea for the property does not fit with the bank account can afford it category, which also is a requirement. You sure, Mrs. R, I didn't get rid of your rocks while cleaning the house? I threw away my high school yearbook, but I did not throw away my rocks. I still have them. It was the witness pacing around? Wow. Don't do rocks in Georgia. All you have is clay. You also have shark teeth, though. South Carolina and Georgia, I think, both have shark teeth, right? Crater of Diamond State Park. Are there any good ones left, Vanishine? I mean, what I'm asking is, do we have to wait for another volcanic eruption to get more diamonds brought up to the surface? Or do they take topsoil off? and get rid of it so we've got fresh soil? Or do they just keep plowing the same dirt over and over? Have a creek through my property. The rocks, not so much. The rocks are everywhere else in the yard. Hubs is very attached to his rocks, too. They drive me nuts. Nits. Here, we're back.
Okay, back on the record. State's attorney's present, defendant, and defense counsel are present. Anything we need to take up before we bring the jury back in?
No, Judge.
Mr. Radford?
No, ma'am.
All right, you can bring the jury in.
Looks like the evidence is coming in. These pictures of the firearm or whatever it is, or the car. They stir it ever so often. Love finding arrowheads. We're also the Kaolin capital, but nobody knows what that is. You're right. Nobody. You have a creek with mosquitoes? I'm thinking fresh, cool, clear running water. Like trout, blue ribbon trout stream is what I'm shooting for, Kathy. If there are any mosquitoes, the trout would eat them in a heartbeat. You mean you're not looking for Dutton Ranch? That's the one off the Yellowstone movie, right? That one'll do. I would settle for their original ranch, the whole thing. That would be. I would be okay with that. It's freaking gorgeous. You need some trout. That's what it is. Little fishies to get rid of the mosquitoes. Someone found a 3-carat diamond in Arkansas's Crater of Diamonds in May this year. 3-carat. Cha-ching. Southeastern Illinois has a fluorite mine. Never done fluorite mining or diamond mining. I have gone to topaz mining at Topaz Mountain in Utah, out there in the middle of the desert. That's just incredible. The ground literally sparkles with gems. And we're talking like yellow brick road, yellow. This sparkles.
Let the record reflect the jury is seated. State's attorney's present, defendant, and defense counsel are present. Mr. Holman, you may proceed.
Your Honor. Sergeant Myers, to refresh the jury's recollection, we talked earlier about the scene of the stolen vehicle, what we refer to as unauthorized use of a motor vehicle or UUSV. I referenced that happening the next day after the murder or the homicide. In fact, what is the more accurate time frame on that?
The homicide was reported around 7:30 p.m. on that Sunday. The theft of that GMC was reported about 11:30 p.m. of the same night.
Okay.
The time where last part of the vehicle was about 1:30 in the morning, which was about 2 hours after the truck was reported stolen.
So to say that it actually happened the next day is not necessarily correct. That would leave the impression to some maybe like it was 24 hours later. But in actuality, we're talking about how much time?
Total from the homicide to 1:30 was about 7 hours, was 6 hours.
So 6 or 7 hours prior, you had Kaylon Johnson, Charles Verdine, Ronald Babineau, and the defendant, Joseph Charles Freeman, in that silver Infinity. And then 6 or 7 hours later, you had all but Charles Verdine and the defendant in that stolen vehicle, right?
That's correct.
And in that stolen vehicle, there were certain firearms.
That's correct.
All but the defendant?
Yes, sir.
I'm showing you what I've previously marked as state's exhibits 56 through 84. If you can flip through those very quickly and just let me know if you recognize them.
How do you get all but the defendant? Don't they have to tie him into this somehow? review the pictures. Franklin has ruby mines. Oh, I need to get out west for sure. I love North Carolina. I absolutely love it. It has been amazing. The balance of weather. I mean, we're not South California, but
you recognize
it's
those?
been
Yes, sir.
Do you recognize those as photos from the scene of the UU video of the stolen vehicle, where those individuals, but Ronald Babineau and Kalen Johnson were arrested?
That's correct.
Are they fair and accurate photographs, including the scene, the vehicle, and the contents of that vehicle?
Yes, sir.
They don't appear to be altered or manipulated in any way?
No, sir.
Just State Officer States 56 through 84. During the break, I previously tendered them to Defense Counsel for his inspection. They were also provided with discovery.
Judge, I remember seeing them in discovery. Let me just go over these real quick if I can.
Okay.
We spent 15 minutes when you could have done this, but you can do it again in front of the jury. That's great. Spend that other 15 minutes. I want to hear the tie-in why the defendant is not listed in this stolen gun, stolen car.
These at this time under relevance because these weapons have not been tied to the murder. I mean, if he's identified them, but there's been no evidence showing that these guns were connected to the shooting of Richard Scheiman.
The state's position is it may very well go to the weight of the evidence, but the jury, based on the evidence, the testimony in those videos, can infer that these, particularly that both firearms are associated with the murder. The handgun was used, at least arguably, to shoot and kill the decedent, and that long gun was the gun that was arguably taken from the decedent.
If I could respond, there's no ballistics showing that these weapons were tied.
Overruled. 56 through 84 admitted.
Thank you.
I thought that was a good argument.
Just a few of these, please.
Yes, sir.
He's got this picture from the following day, a stolen car that was recovered, and the occupants, not the defendant, had firearms. So he's using those pictures, saying those firearms match the ones that we found that we think were in this little grainy video. So they must be the one. I think you need a better connection than that. Just because the crimes were a day apart doesn't mean they were the same firearms. Lots of guns look the same.
Sergeant Jamalia, for the record, I'm publishing State's Exhibit number 56. Is this, what is this?
That's appears to be the 2014 GMC pickup truck that was stolen.
State's 57, that's just another shot of that pickup truck.
Yes.
Inside of that pickup truck, State's Exhibit number 58. What was located inside of that pickup truck?
There were some guns in there.
And is it fair to say that's a backpack?
That is a backpack.
Okay, and then inside of that backpack, State's 60. What does that appear to be?
Looks like a pistol. Handgun.
State's exhibit number 67. A little further in that backpack, what does that appear to be?
Like a mini Draco.
And once those items were pulled out of the backpack, were they photographed?
Yes, sir.
And is State's exhibit number 70 a photograph of the the handgun, at least the pistol that was found in that backpack?
Yes, sir.
Is State's exhibit number 67 another shot of that? Well, how would you characterize that firearm?
That's a long gun.
If you know, well, maybe a photograph and show better detail. State 77, is that another shot?
Yes, sir.
Are we talking a shotgun? A 1022 Ruger?
State's exhibit number 81. If you can make out the writing there on that firearm, what is that?
That's a mini Draco.
Mini Draco. Okay.
Now, yesterday,
it's like an AK-47 with no.
Anissa Barnett laid the predicate or foundation for the admission of certain photographs that she took back at the PD of firearms, and I want to show you the serial numbers from those photographs, if I may, and ask that you compare them to the serial numbers for these two firearms. So what I'll hand you is what I pre-marked as State's exhibit number 37 and pre-marked as State's exhibit number 35. I'll hand you that first. I can approach with these two.
Sure.
Okay. All right. 37 and 35. That's from Anissa Barnett. And these are from the photos that you've admitted through your testimony.
Yes, sir.
Hold on a second. I'd ask that you compare them to what has been admitted into the evidence as State's exhibits number 72 and 81, and take a moment to compare the serial numbers on them.
This is live.
I'll hold it.
Okay, so he's looking at some pictures. Same serial number.
Which would lead you to believe that the photos that Anissa Barnett took are the same firearms that were found on the scene there at the UUMV or stolen vehicle scene.
That's correct.
Now, at this time, the state would reoffer. Make sure I've got my numbers right here.
Reoffer. I thought they were already admitted.
I think it started with 33. And it did. Well, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. The state would reoffer states 33 through 40.
I'm going to renew my objections that he hasn't tied these weapons to the shooting of Richard Shiloh.
That's overruled. States 33 through 40 are admitted.
I believe that's all the questions I have for Sergeant Tamayo. I'll pass it over.
Thank you, Mr. Coleman. Mr. Bradford?
Sergeant Tamayo, talking about the unlawful use of the GMC truck, is that correct?
That's correct.
And yeah, I think you said 6 or 7 hours after the shooting of Richard Shiloh.
Yes, well, actually, it was reported about 11:30 p.m. So that was about 4 hours after the homicide.
And in that truck were Ronald Babineau, correct?
Yes.
Charles Verdeen.
Yes.
Kalen Johnson,
Yes, sir.
and then 2 juveniles, Jervis and somebody else Johnson.
Yes, sir.
Charles Freeman wasn't, Joseph Freeman wasn't in that truck, was he?
No, sir, he wasn't.
Was it ultimate? Did you work on the murder of Richard Shiloh?
I was a sergeant. I assigned that case to a detective. So I was there I was one of the first ones that arrived there from CID. But
Did you work on the investigation?
no, sir.
Okay, who did that?
That was Detective Tamora Hamilton.
Was it ultimately determined that Kalon Johnson was the one that shot Richard Shiloh?
I believe so. I don't recall the specifics of it, but
who would know that?
That would be Detective Hamilton.
Detective Hamilton.
Yes.
That's what.
Nothing further, Judge.
Thank you. Any objection to Sergeant Tamayo being excused?
No, ma'am.
No objections.
Thank you, Sergeant. You're excused, and you're placed under the rule, and you know that.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Just about to have just a moment, please.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this time the state of Texas race.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Coleman. Mr. Radford, are you ready to proceed?
Judge, I have a motion.
So, y'all come up for a second, please.
Y'all come up. The state is rested. Don't think the defense has a full day of witnesses. It's talking about, do you have contingencies for... Sir, you're really close to me. Contingencies for weather tomorrow. Maybe if the jury takes forever to deliberate, but...
Gentlemen, what we're going to do, I'm going to give Mr. Rapper, we have some legal issues to take care of, and then we will get started again. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to break and have a long lunch, and y'all are going to have a long lunch. We're going to make sure and work on the charge of the court that I talked about before. I've already been working on it. There's a lot that's going to go into it, and so we're going to make sure that's ready so that when we get to the appropriate time, we can go straight into me reading that to you and not have to take another break for it. So it's 11. We're going to break until 1 o'clock. So just keep in mind all those instructions that you were previously given. If everyone else would please remain seated, we'll see you back at 1 o'clock.
That's a 2-hour lunch.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long lunch. She says till 1, but they're in Texas, Central Time, I believe. 2 p.m. Eastern puts us at 1:45. That's an hour and 45. Holy cow. We could do
All right, let the record reflect the jury's outside the courtroom. Mr. Bradford?
Hang on.
Judge, at this time, the defense would move for an instructed verdict on the grounds that not a single person has identified this man as being at the scene. There's been not a single witness that said this man sitting right here was involved in this incident. Now, there's some testimony from a prior proceeding, but nobody identified him.
Nobody pointed?
And there's been no evidence that anybody, that Mr. Freeman was engaged in organized criminal activity.
Well, the organized criminal activity part is only one of the paragraphs.
Right.
So obviously there's the other paragraph. And so with regard to that, that'll be denied on that basis. With regard to identifying the defendant here, Mr. Coleman.
State.
There's the defendant himself, through the sworn testimony with the immediate evidence, identified himself as wearing those black and red pants on the video.
Yeah, but nobody identified this man as him.
The defendant himself, Judge. it was read into the record that this defendant provided sworn testimony in a previous proceeding.
I'm going to deny the motion on that basis as well. Anything else, Mr. Radford? Do you want to visit with your client? Do you need to put anything on the record with regard to?
Can I have a moment?
Yeah, sure.
You to search your Fifth Amendment. Maybe you want to do that this time, not this. Yes, sir. Judge, my client would like to assert his Fifth Amendment right to not testify. Is that correct, Mr. Freeman? Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Right.
Okay, you do not want to testify, and you understand that you have a right to testify, but you don't want to. Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. Anything else then before we kind of break, get off the record, talk about the charge a little bit off the record, and then we can get back on for whatever we need?
No, for clarification purposes, did you deny my motion with regard to count 2 of the indictment regarding the organized criminal activity? That there's been no evidence showing that he was engaged in organized criminal activity?
I did, because I think that's just a jury question, and because there's 2 counts, I'm going to, yes, I did.
Deny both of them?
Yes, thank you. All right, let's go off the record.
All right, they're going to work on the jury instructions. We're going to court hop a little bit because we can. I think Judge Dad was. Let's see, not this one. We need this one. I think Judge Dad is live. Let's jump in and see how he's doing today.
Be the 1 in 10,000 that doesn't. But when I get this feeling that people are coming in here and telling me the police are picking on them,
do we need to back up?
There's usually a reason. And the reason is because people are not complying. Now, I'm going to expect you to get this under compliance. You understand?
Totally understand. I have no problem.
If they're just going out there, they're going to hear a mouthful from me if they're just out there bugging people. I don't believe that. I mean, you got 10 tickets here.
Yeah,
are they wrong on all 10 of these? They're civil infractions.
We're backing up. Tell us what happened here, Judge. Give us the scoop. I've got to move up to my Judge Dad location.
You know what file that is?
It is. It is.
A little too small.
Mr. Palmer, couple retail frauds, false info, PO, and arson. She's got 4. She's got it. You want me to go grab it from her?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to call. Where's Mr. Palmer?
She was outside waiting to talk to Theo. I'll go grab it.
Call another case in your spare time, Judge. Who's the guy in shorts back there? He's not had his day in court yet. Judge Dad looks well rested today. Yesterday was rough. It was rough. Either they ran out of the anything but decaf, or he had a late night. So. I spent an inordinate amount, an inordinate time last night. Is that amount of time, or is that redundant? Last evening, wondering what sport Judge Dad McNally plays. It's got to be pickleball, right? Looks like a golfer. Bowling. You don't see pickleball? Oh, sporting clays. Yes, he does a little trap shooting. his spare time. Breaks out the old over and under 12 gauge and hangs out with the boys shooting skeet. OG pool shark. Can you see the judge hustling the table down at the pool hall? Stacking those dollar bills. Maybe he collects model trains. I'd have to see his handwriting. If his handwriting is very neat, I would say yes on the model trains, because a lot of those people also paint models. And that takes a delicate hand. I go to the local theme park for roller coasters every weekend with the family. Does that count as a sport? Yes. Yes. It's more exercise than many of us get playing the sports that we play. Judge, I thought for sure you had called a case by now. What's the holdup? Definitely a golfer. Fencing. One of the other kids at the ninja gym last night does pentathlon, and I think that involves fencing. Ping pong hustler. See him crouched over the table about to serve with a killer backspin. Maybe he participates in pickup basketball at his local YMCA. I think he probably throws some hoops with the kids when he goes to the School of Hard Knocks court, or whatever he does, the court to schools program. He probably does a layup or two. Maybe he's still got a dunk in him.
Mr. Ross, I know you had a lawyer. Where are you?
No lawyer.
You didn't have a lawyer. Come on up.
Talking.
Cameron Joseph Ross. This is 26W843-633. I also have 26W843-649 A, B, and C. And I also have 26W843-824 and 260-10732.
Man, you got them
all. You got to
all.
stop getting so many tickets. Your name?
Cameron Ross.
I'm going to adjourn these. First of all, you have a charge of no trailer plate from July 1 of 26 on Tiffany near Pinecone. That is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 100 fines, 90 days jail, costs are all those. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You have 2 civil infraction charges. CMV, motor vehicle parking prohibited, and you have another one, prohibited parking, and then you have another one, prohibited parking, another one, failure to change address, and another one, parking loader trailer. That's the one I arraigned you on. Loader truck with a trailer attached. I'm going to enter not guilty pleas on all of these. I'm going to give you a new court date. We're doing July the 29th. When's Judge Hudson's docket there, Heather?
July 29th for Woodhaven for her.
At 8:30 or 9:30, or what do you want?
We could do 9:30.
At 9:30 in the morning, okay?
I had to give
9:30 in the morning.
Are we keeping ours under us and then Judge Hudson with hers?
You do whatever you want. You're the boss. I'll do whatever you want. Okay?
All right.
Judge Hudson, that's next time.
Do you want it in front of Judge Hudson?
It doesn't matter.
Set it in front of me at 8:30, all of those, okay? I'll take all those cases. Thank you.
I can do
Go
a
down
hot
the
calling.
hall, we'll give you your new notice, all right? Set them at 8:30, Heather. Thank you. CNC Contracting, LLC. T6W843-425. A and B. Who's this now? Who's got this case?
What a prosecutor.
Well,
doesn't that guy come back?
I don't know what he means. Did he write anything up, or I can't?
Let me call him.
Yeah, where's the defendant in? I need to know where the defendant is.
Yes, sir.
Is anybody here for CNC Contracting, LLC?
Oh, that was me.
You have those too?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Come on back up, sir.
Come on up here. 268-43425B.
This guy is single-handedly
I hope you're
employed
going
the
to
police
comply with
department.
laws better.
I think once we get into the specifics.
Oh, I mean, if you're telling me they either are picking on you big time, picking on you, like to the point where it's over the top picking on you.
Yeah.
Which any kind of picking on you is
Same
bad.
guy.
You got 10 citations here.
Yeah.
Your name?
William Young, on behalf of the city.
I'm adjourning this one too.
I'm sorry, Judge?
We're adjourning these trailer plate and fair to change address.
Affirmative, Your Honor. We discussed this matter with one of the two citing officers as well as Chief Rust. So the effort is obviously well intended to try to get some full compliance. In essence, it's at least in people's position right now that the defendant is running a full-blown commercial business.
You and I are not going to get along well if you're going to do that. Listen to me very carefully.
It's not your turn.
Usually when these people come in here, I'm just telling you, I'm not saying you're one of them. You might be the 1 in 10,000 that doesn't. But when I get this feeling that people are coming in here and telling me the police are picking on them, there's usually a reason. And the reason is because people are not complying. Now I'm going to expect you to get this under compliance. You understand?
Totally understand. I have no problem.
If they're just going out there, they're going to hear a mouthful from me. If they're just out there bugging people, I don't believe that. I mean, you got 10 tickets here. Are they wrong on all 10 of these? They're civil infractions. Heather, give them another date on these contracting cases too.
I'll just do the same date, Judge.
All right, you do whatever you got to do down there, okay?
Okay.
Kind of messed up this file a little bit. Go down and get your notice, all right? Good luck. I'll be ready on Destiny Henry. Go to you. Destiny Danier Henry, 267-842-495.
Michael Carter comes in this name. Thank you for recalling the case, Your Honor. We've got the opportunity to review the victim statement and prepare to proceed.
Your name, ma'am?
Yes.
Is everything in the report accurate?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you'd like to say on her behalf?
Your Honor, my client understands that she made some bad decisions in this particular case. I think the court is aware that the underlying issues here are really a family law matter. This family has taken certain actions such that my client hasn't been able to see her child in at least 7 months. She's understandably upset, but she reacted poorly. It has been. She understands she can't do that in the future. Talk with her about that. She takes up these issues in family court, which has begun, Your Honor, is pending. So you won't see this type of behavior out of my client again, because again, it's really focused, try to get the proper custody for her child back as soon as she can.
Anything you'd like to say? No. You are going to stop contacting them. Now, I'm going to let you in on a secret. If you don't believe me, you can write it down and put it in the blackboard of your mind. I can't, judges, they want to hamstring this with a lot of things. But one of the things they can hamstring this with is violation of a no contact. You violate that, if you've done everything else right, I still can give you the max. And I want you to understand, if you violate the no contact provision, you and I are going to have a big problem. You don't have the right to threaten people, to bug people, to text people all the time. 18 months probation. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate any law or ordinance. If you change your address, place of employment, or home telephone number, you must notify probation. You have to report as directed. No contact with Michelle Newsom except in conjunction with circuit court proceedings. No firearms. You're not to possess firearms. You're not to possess dangerous weapons. No firearms, no dangerous weapons. You're to continue mental health treatment weekly, and you're to take all meds as prescribed by physicians and mental health specialists. You're to serve 5 days on the court work program. There's a $35 a day charge for that, for a total of $175. You're to serve 2 days of community service, 16 hours by September 10. Pay fines $200, costs $100, 75 victims' rights fee. $50 justice assessment. So fines and costs are $4.25. Probation fees are $360 for $785. Screening fees $60 for $845, and then you have court work program fees of $175. The total is $1,020. If you violate, your probation could be revoked. They only charge it under a local ordinance, which is a 90-day misdemeanor. And they did ask me to take this under HIDA. I mean, they were awful generous with you. I'm not going to speak for them, but give me a review hearing date, Heather, in 18 months. So we should be looking at the end of 27 would be good.
Okay, let me get my 27 calendar here. We could do December 29th.
I'm going to.
December 29th to 27 at 8:30 in the morning. Can she pay all of this today?
Not all of it today, Your Honor. My client is taking it seriously. She can pay $800 today.
Good.
If the court would give her 30 days, she'll pay.
I'll let her pay the rest by August the 31st. How's that? If you don't have the money, you call the court. We'll go on Zoom. I'll give you an extension, okay? Thank you very much. Have a good day. What do you have?
Miss De Palma, Judge.
Is that an easy one? She didn't show up. I don't know if I'm gonna handle hers today. Why are people showing up 2.5 hours late?
Judge, it was a economic issue. She ended up having to get us.
Where's she coming from? Tuscaloosa? Where?
Flat Rock.
Really? A ride. Melissa De Palma, Melissa Renee De Palma, 23W832027. How far is Flat Rock from here, Miss De Palma? Yeah. No, why didn't you walk? Take an Uber, take a bike. Somersault here. I don't know what I tell you, but I am not going to put up with people showing up late like this. I'm ready to forfeit your bond. Do you realize that? Your name?
Melissa.
I'll tell you what, we're going to do this when I feel like doing. Reschedule this, Heather. If she really showed up an hour and a half, 2.5 hours late today, did you? That's what I was told. Is that true or false?
Not sure. I think it was like, yes, sir.
Reschedule it, Heather. You get to come back. If you're not here on time, I'm going to forfeit your bond, okay? What is this stuff? I've been waiting in the back here for 45 minutes waiting for cases to come out. Show up when you want. We're not a restaurant here. People against, which other one do you have?
That's the only one I have.
Essa Ali Shahira. Is this Mr. Crawford's 267-843-025 A, B, and
He
C?
shows up in booty shorts.
Come on, guys.
Shahira.
Oh, good. Another one addressed for the occasion.
How you doing?
Good, sir.
I don't want to hurry.
You're good, sir.
He's going to plead the...
You're good.
Huh?
You said you're good, John.
Good.
I don't want to hurry.
What?
No
I don't
rush.
want to inconvenience anybody over here. I'm just telling you. Come in here and every day I just say to myself, make sure you don't inconvenience anybody. They should get to do this at their pace. They want to do it on a boat, we'll do it on a boat, right? I don't get it. All right, so he's going to plead to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive. He's going to plead to impeding traffic. That's going to be on the speed, right?
Correct, Your Honor.
And then I'm going to dismiss the speeding. I'm going to dismiss the suspend, and I'm going to dismiss the no proof of insurance, right?
Correct.
Is that what you want to do, sir?
Yes, sir.
If you plead to impeding, that's 0 points.
Plead guilty.
I didn't ask you to plead guilty yet. If you plead to allowing an unlicensed person to drive, that's punishable by up to 500 fines, 90 days jail, costs for all those. Do you understand that?
Oh, yes, sir.
Did you sign, read, and understand and advice or rights
Just
form
wants
here
to
today?
plead guilty.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights. There will be no hearing or trial. Do you understand that?
Yes.
The charge, allowing an unlicensed driver to drive, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Were you in control of a 2019 Lincoln that was being operated on Hall near Grix in Woodhaven, May the 13th to 26th at 4:20 p.m.? Did you allow somebody to drive that was unlicensed, and was that you?
Yes, sir.
Are you on probation or parole?
No.
Anybody force you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
Still suspended though, huh? Please accept it. Please accept it to impeding. The suspend, no proof of insurance are both dismissed, as well as the speeding. Ready for sentence, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything?
Just one question. He has to be driving without a license. He was aware that there was an outstanding issue out of Taylor in the first hearing, but since he's been to Taylor to pay that off, Your Honor, the court has been kind enough to allow him to be guilty to allowing. He is in a position to go get his license. That's his intention. You won't see him for this type of offense.
Anything, sir?
Sir.
On the allowing unlicensed driver to drive, 100 fines, 125 costs, 75 victims' rights, $50 justice assessment, 350 or 90 days on the impeding. I'm going to assess fines and costs of 175. You owe 5 1/4. Can you pay all that today?
Your Honor, my client can't pay all that today. He's starting to coach, a young man, he's preparing for school, so his funds are limited. However, he did come prepared to acknowledge this, Your Honor. He's got $100 so he can put down today.
Got
and he'd like to start
$100 in
paying,
my pocket.
I believe it's, but we don't writing. It's $100 a month starting August the 1st, Your Honor.
Sounds good.
On the impeding, you pay 100 now, balanced by August the 3rd. And then on the suspend, or the allowing licensed driver to drive, you're gonna have to pay $125 a month. I'll start that beginning September 3rd. If you ever don't have the money, you call the court, we'll go on Zoom, I'll give you an extension, okay? Best of luck.
All right, we're going to bail on this one.
Good luck, you too.
And head back to Raquel West. Not our trial. This happened just yesterday. Thanks, Josh, for finding this one. Just a little gem to get before lunch.
Let's get Nasir Brown out, please. Mr. Rojas.
Nasir.
Nasir.
You. What we doing this week? Oh, so
That beauty.
Here he is.
So we going to discuss.
There he is. All right, we're back on the record and cause numbers 26 DCCR 0322 and 0323. And so in cause number 0322, you are charged with the 3rd-degree felony offense of assault family violence by impeding breath or circulation. That's from February 16th of 2026. What that means is that if you go to trial in that case and a jury finds you guilty, the range of punishment could be between 2 years and up to 10 years in prison. Do you understand at least the range of punishment and what could happen if you go to trial and you're found guilty?
Understand.
Okay. And then in cause number 26 DCCR 0323, you're charged with the state jail felony offense of injury to a child, and that's from February 16th of 2026. And in that case, what that means is that if you go to trial and you're found guilty, the range of punishment is between 6 months and up to 2 years in a state jail prison. And do you understand that as well?
Understand.
And so I have here on the tablet those plea bargain rejections that we talked about that you've signed now with Mr. Rojas. And it looks like the district attorney's office has made offers if you wanted to enter pleas of guilty. In that first case, it would be for a 4-year term in prison. And then in the state jail injury to a child case, it would be 12 months in the state jail. And those would run concurrently, which means together at the same time. You've got every right to reject those offers and have your cases set for trial. Just want to go through this and make sure you do understand all of that. And you want to reject those offers and move towards a trial. Is that correct? All right. And so we'll get that done. And so Mr. Rojas is your attorney at this point. He's been appointed. Mr. Rojas can move forward with your trials, or because he handles a lot of cases for me as a court-appointed attorney, I can replace him today with a different attorney who could begin preparation for trial a little quicker. Is that okay with you, or do you want to keep Mr. Rojas?
Actually, I'm gonna represent myself.
Well, I understand that. So let's at least for this, if you'll indulge me at least for the beginning, so that you can take a look at all of the evidence some more with either Mr. Rojas or another attorney. Can I leave an attorney on at least till we get a little closer to trial, and then let's talk about if you really want to represent yourself when it gets closer?
Well, the question that I asked Mr. Rojas is not even answering. He's not even giving me any information that I'm seeking, like a discovery.
Right. So, well, I'm sure Mr. Rojas is relaying to you everything he can. You're not entitled to get copies of everything by law in Texas. And so he will give you copies, or whoever your attorney is will give you copies of what they can give you. Anything else they can go over with you, explain it, let you read it, but they cannot leave copies with you. So again, do you want me to appoint a different attorney and you can visit with them about your case instead of Mr. Rojas?
Is it true that you have a grand jury indictment without the person being present?
Yes.
Is that considered a waiver of your grand jury, or is it
considered a what?
a waiver?
No. It's just how the process works.
It's like I got indicted.
Give me a difference, right?
All right. So
I
Mr.
wasn't even
Rojas will
there.
be released. We'll appoint someone today. They should be out to see you very soon to go over everything and begin preparation for trial with you. Okay?
You got a name?
I don't know who it's going to be yet. We have a list of attorneys. We'll figure that the clerk will figure out who's next on our list, and we'll have that done today after docket when she has some time to look at that. And so we'll let them know that you're waiting to see them. They'll be out very soon to go over everything. All right? You can go back with the bailiff. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Rojas.
Mr. Rojas dodged a bullet.
Yes. I don't know. We're going to need to go through. Correct.
The bailiff's like, you
Go through that list and see.
you lucked out on that one, sir.
He's pretty good at that. Mr. Rojas, you've got Byron Morris. It's a sentencing.
All right, that's all. That's all we have. Now it's time to go to lunch. All right, we're gonna go to lunch. We're gonna come back. Hang on, I've got a phone call, but I'm not sure who it is. I think it might be a spam call. Let's try this. Hello?
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 Hey, this is Chelsea. There's a note on your Medicare profile that your 2026 update hasn't been confirmed. Just a quick confirmation from you and we're all set. Do you have Part A and Part B?
Is it like a Post-it note? Or is it a paperclip note? Because I usually do Post-it notes.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was just asking, do you currently have both Medicare Part A and Part B?
If it was a note I did, it would probably be, I use yellow Post-it notes. I don't do any of the other colors. What color is the note?
Let's discuss this at a more convenient time. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Let's not. All right? Yeah, let's not. Okay. All right. Chelsea the bot. Apparently, there's a note on my Medicare file. Do I look concerned? Because if so, I'm not. All right, we're going to go to lunch. We're going to come back with more of Judge Raquel West as the trial continues. The defense, I believe, is going to rest. We go straight to closing arguments after lunch. They haven't said that yet, but that's just where they're leaning. We already know the defendant does not want to testify in his own defense. Had some pretty good arguments that I heard from defense in the motions and the directed verdict motion, which is like a judgment of acquittal, where he said, nobody's pointed out that my client was the one that did this. The state says, well, your client said he wore pants like that, like what were in the video, and that's what held. That's a shred of evidence, literally a thread of evidence that the jury could use to infer that that was in fact him. So we'll see if that's if the jury decides to convict or not, because I've heard a lot of testimony about some other guys who stole a car and had a gun, but it wasn't this dude. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Tonight, before you go home, please hug the people you love. Smile at someone, make their day just a little bit better, please. Or when you go home. please stay safe until we go live again. We'll be live at, let's see, it's 12:34 right now. We'll be live at 1:45, so you get almost an hour and 15 minutes for lunch. Wouldn't convict. We'll see. We'll see. I want to hear the closing arguments just to get everything. I know it's not evidence, but I want to hear it just to have it all put together in front of me to refresh my recollection to the things that we've heard over the last couple days. So, 1:45 will return. Portal is open. Portal's open. Please head towards the light. Grab the hand of somebody you trust and know and love, or at least wouldn't mind waking up to on the other side of the portal. So do that, and we'll see you in the afternoon. Please also click the subscribe button if you haven't, and click the like button if you've neglected that as well. 348 of you have. We can get 2 more. We get 1 more. We need 1 more. That'd be great. All right. Have a great lunch. Don't get anything with yucky germs on it. You know what I'm talking about. We'll see you guys this afternoon. Bye-bye.